Hello, this is a video on coordinates and slope. The first thing I'd like to do is just look at some basics of coordinates. And I'm over here at GeoGebra and I have a point that's moving around in the coordinate grid. We see here that this horizontal axis is labeled as X, the vertical axis is Y. So this point right now, A, is at 2, 1. Here's the origin. The X value is 2 and the Y value is 1. There's 3, 1, 4, 1, negative 2, positive 1, and so on. There's 0, 2. This is crossing the crossing the Y axis because it has an X value of 0. Here is 0, negative 3. All points on the Y axis have 0 for X, and all points on the X axis have 0 for Y. Now I'd like to talk about slope a little bit. Slope can be thought of as rise over run, change in Y over change in X. Change in Y is the rise, that's the up-down difference. Change in X is the horizontal difference. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1, and we often use the letter M. So I'm back here at GeoGebra. I'm going to turn on a second point, I'm going to turn on the line, and I'm going to turn on the slope. Right now, this line here has a slope of 2. We can see that rise over run, the fraction, is 2 over 1. If we go from point A to point B, we get 4 over 2, but 4 over 2 also is 2. If I move this point B down here, now my slope is 1.5. You can think of it as 1.5 over 1, which is 1.5, or you can think of it as rise being 3 and run being 2, and the slope then would be 3 over 2, which is 1.5. So right here, this has a slope of 1/4. The difference in the Y values here, 2 minus 1 is 1, and the difference in the X values is 4, so we have 1/4. If I move these points over here, I still have a slope of 1/4. Lines that go up and to the right are positive. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0 because the change in the Y is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. And lines that go down and to the right are going to have a negative slope. For example, this line here has a slope of negative 1/2. The change in Y here is negative 1, and the change in X is positive 2. This one has a slope of negative 1, and so on. Now I'd like to take a look at a little parallel lines activity. We're going to use a straight edge to draw a segment parallel to each segment through the given point. So for question A here, I want to draw in a segment here through point S that's parallel to this. Well, parallel to a horizontal line is going to be horizontal. And I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to use a straight edge here on the screen or not, but I want to have a horizontal line here. This one is going to be a vertical line through point T. Let's see what the slope here is for line C. My rise here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and my run is 1, 2, 3. So this has a slope of negative 4/3. So if I go from point U down 4 and over 3, that's going to take me to this point right here. and then let's see if I can draw my line in there. Sorry, it's not very straight. Let's label the slopes here. Slope here is 0. This one has no slope, or an infinite slope. This slope here is negative 4/3. If we come to point D, this is down 1 and over 3. It has a slope of negative 1/3. Slope here is negative 1/3. Maybe we can have someone finish this worksheet and post it in our discussion area. Now I'd like to go over to this activity here. And this is a little assessment over Common Core Standard 5G2. We have a grid here, and there's a new town that's being developed in Maryland. Follow the developer's directions below to figure out how they have mapped out the community. So the first thing they've done here is they have the water tower located centrally in the town. Name the coordinates of the location. Okay, this is 13, 9. So let's see if we can write that in there. 13, 9. The fire department is 5 units east and 2 units south of the water tower. So north is up, east is to the right, west is to the left, and south is down. So we're going to go 5 units to the right. That's going to take me over to 18 and down 2. And here's our point, and we're going to label this FD for the fire department. The police department is 12 units west of the fire department. The fire department is at 18, 7. So if I go 12 units to the left or 12 units to the left, that should take me to 6, 7. 6, 7, this is the police department. The hospital is located exactly halfway between the police department and the fire department. So that's going to be halfway between 6 and 18 on the x-axis, which is 12, and it will have the same y value of 7. This is the hospital, 12, 7. The bank is 11 units north and 3 units east of the origin. The origin is right here, 0, 0. So this is going to be 3, 11. 3, 11 is right here, and this is the bank. After doing that, the developer wants you to find a location for the school. Locate the school and name the coordinates and describe where you have placed it. And this is a little writing prompt. That's the end of our video this week. Have a great day.